So do your girls or wife, do they ever style you?
Me?
Yeah.
Do they style me?
Do they style you? They ever dress you up? Like you got an event to go to and they're like, you should wear this.
Look.
No grooming at all.
Well, there was one time.
Here it is.
And my girls don't like my hair on my back.
Oh.
And not that I'm covered like Robin Williams was. I just got a little hair. I'm not woolly. I'm not a woolly dude, all right?
But by the way, being a woolly dude is fine.
Well, I got hair where a man, hair where a man ought to have hair. I don't know. That makes sense.
So they've waxed
Well, I got it on my shoulders, and yeah. So my girls are all, oh, gross, Dad. Get that off. So I told Tammy, my wife, I said, hey, I hear if you wax hair off, it won't come back for 3 or 4 months.
Oh, that's a lie.
That is a bald-faced lie.
Yeah, that's a lie.
No one told me how these people lie to get you to buy this pink stuff.
Yeah.
So I bought the kit, the wax kit, and you boil the wax.
Yes.
You melt it.
Well, most people go somewhere and have a professional
No, I'm not going. You think I'm going to go somewhere? I'm going to stay right there at the ranch house and late at night lock the dogs up. And I'm sitting on a stool. Seriously, I'm shirt off, pull my shoulders forward. And she goes, are you sure? And then it's over there. It's pink. It's kind of pretty. And she cuts these things off, these pad things. And I'm like that. And she's ready. I'm ready. She puts about that much glue across one side. She puts the little thing on. And I'm like, hey, that feels kind of good. She says, are you ready? I said, oh, yeah, I'm ready.
Did you yell my name?
Your name is...
All the 4-letter words.
Hey, let me tell you right now.
It's not fun.
I couldn't breathe. I lost all my air again.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was in such shock. Such shock.
Yeah.
I ran down the hallway screaming. And I'm like saying things, of course, we're on television. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And I'm just starting. I gotta do all of this. And my dogs are howling. My wife is on the floor, tears streaming down. I never had anything. Someone said, well, what was it like, Terry, to have your back waxed? I said, okay, here, fellas. Take your shirt off and go outside in 20 below zero weather for 45 minutes in, of course, it's freezing cold. Have someone slip up behind you 40 minutes later without you knowing it and hit you right in the back with a boat paddle.
Oh, my gosh.
That's close.
That was a specific example. I'm just...
But can you imagine that? Can you imagine the pain?
No, you're talking to a woman. And by the way, having other things waxed is much more painful.
I gave that some thought.
Your shoulder is one area.
I got you on that.
I know, I'm just saying, it's painful. It is hard to be a woman that's
I have no idea how hard it is to be a woman. But on one thing, I appreciate
Have you done it again?
I appreciate the pain that y'all go through so that all of you looks really good.
Well,
okay?
thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just waxed this morning. I'm just kidding. My beard. So growing up, do you remember doing anything outdoors that now that you're like, that was dumb? Like any kind of, like I did like every sport. I played every sport. You obviously played more. You did more than football, right?
Right. I did. Right. I did.
Yep.
I mostly did other stuff.
I'm real tired, so everything's going to come out real
No,
Texan.
that's fine. I don't mind. But my claim to fame as a sports person, I hated baseball because I'm ADD and I couldn't stay focused. So I couldn't do that. But my claim to fame was throwing the javelin. I was a track star. I was a track star. I wasn't anywhere in football stardom, none. I wasn't even starting in high school.
Wow.
I was a track star. I was a javelin thrower. Not a lot of money in throwing a javelin.
You're like a knight from the medieval times.
Exactly. I would have made it.
You would have made it.
Yes, I would have survived.
Yes.
For
you would
sure.
have scored a hot chick in a really tight corset.
Yeah.
Did you ever pole vault? I heard that you made
Well, I did. Oh, I did try to pole vault, but back then they had aluminum poles.
Wait, aluminum, then it's not pliable. Then it doesn't.
No, you're right. But back then, you just jumped on the stick and went over the thing. And what I did, I noticed that a lady had a bunch of bamboo growing out in her yard, and I knocked on her door, and I said, can I have one of those bamboo trunks? She said, yes. Take all you want. I went and cut me like a 12-foot bamboo pole, about that big around, and I drug it home about 1.5 miles. I hung it by a brick from a tree limb and a brick, a heavy brick at the bottom to straighten it out. And then I cut it down. And then I put electrician's tape on one end and the other end. I got a shovel and dug up the dirt in the yard, so if I landed, it'd be somewhat soft.
Yeah, smart.
All right, and then on a Sunday, I was showing off, and I wanted my mom and dad to watch me pole vault. But you got to kick your feet up and throw your head back, and boom, it would spring you up. It really would give.
Yeah.
But I guess I'd put on weight by the time it cured. And
I know what that's like.
And they're watching me. They're sitting up there, and I ran down and run through the gumball. Remember a gumball tree?
Yes.
You know what?
I hate the gumball trees.
Gumballs. And I hated them too because you're
all
barefooted.
around. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
You had
yeah.
to sweep area out, which I didn't do. And I'm running down there. I stuck it in the pole. I jumped up on that thing, and I got about halfway up, and it snapped.
And you landed on the gumball?
I landed on my back. In that pit that I was supposed to have dug up to make it soft. It knocked all the air out of me. I had no air. I never had the air knocked out of me in my life. So I obviously thought I was dying. My folks are watching me, and I'm reaching my hand up, laying on the ground. I got no.
Have you never fallen off a horse?
I've been drugged by a horse, but that was years later. So I was used to after playing football. You get used to being not having the air knocked out. But that was the first time ever. I didn't know what was wrong with me. It scared me to death in the pole vaulting.
No, I have had the wind knocked out of me, and I fell off a horse,
horrible.
and I thought, surely my lungs are filling up with fluid, and I'm about to die.
Yeah, how did you, what happened?
And then there's like young teenagers going, you're fine, it's probably just like a bruise.
Oh, no.
Like, get on the horse, get
The
an idea.
thing is, you don't, for all of our viewers, our folks there,
Yep.
when it happens to you the first time, you have no idea because you can't get any air.
No, you definitely think you're going to die.
Your body, I don't know how it works, but your body finally catches
it feels
whatever.
like it collapses. I know.
Yeah.
I don't like. Now I'm terrified.